the realities that we're living with and how we need to look at our real estate is really dictated by what's happening in the world and how do we better protect those assets, certainly from a financial side, and looking at items like TCFD, CREM, and value, but also from a safety factor. And what we need to do to ensure the viability of these assets on a long-term basis.
Joining me today is Ron Becker, Senior Vice President of Operations and Sustainability with Brandywine Realty Trust. Now, you were on a panel here at REITworks focused on real estate innovation and practice. In your opinion, what are some of the most common drivers pushing REITs like Brandywine to innovate their sustainability efforts?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say what an amazing panel it was to be on, and such great innovative ideas coming out of all the different groups. Look, frankly, these days, I think the drivers are coming from a multitude of different places. The SEC certainly is driving a lot of change. Frankly, great preparation, a lot more transparency. So things that we all needed, people wanted to see. So certainly a good thing. I think once they figure it out and get it all into one nice consolidated way, we'll be able to move forward with that. But then you've also got Gen Z and the millennials that are now taking over the workforce, and they really want to see these programs in place. They really want to know what's going on and what companies are doing, not just for those that they're going to look at as employers, but for the buildings that those employers are actually operating from and in. And then you take that with the unfortunate events that are going on all over the world. I mean, frankly, with what we're dealing with here in the United States now, with the wildfires in Canada, there's a shift, there's a change, and it's, I think for those who were naysayers, it's very hard to put aside and say, no, that's not happening. I think the bottom line is that this may have started to occur 1,000 years from now, but we've unfortunately fast forwarded that. And the realities that we're living with and how we need to look at our real estate is really dictated by what's happening in the world and how do we better protect those assets, certainly from a financial side, and looking at items like TCFD, CREM, and value, but also from a safety factor. And what we need to do to ensure the viability of these assets on a long-term basis, the communities that are around us that have been impoverished or really never focused on. I think something certainly that Brandywine is doing is really looking at our neighborhood engagement efforts so that we can raise all ships. It really will benefit the companies. And again, all of this circles back to the transparency of what we're reporting on. It's not just words. It's built in data. It's built in tangible backup so that we can really show the efforts that are being made and the true benefits of the outcome.
And what are some of the most innovative technological and monitoring advancements that you're seeing that could have a major impact on REIT operations?
They're amazing. And I think what's going on a daily basis, you're hearing of newer things that are coming out. I mean, certainly we've always used the common ones, Energy Star for benchmarking our utility data. We've got the monitoring systems in buildings to look at the efficiency of the operation of our HVAC units, not just from the standard of the CFM and flow and the moisture in the air, but really operating those items so much more efficiently so that we can set them down, not dramatically increase our consumptions, and that's through IoT sensors and all the different sensors throughout the building where they can now integrate with the BAS and the BMS systems. So certainly a much more efficient operation. We're looking to hopefully take it to the next level as these sensors continue on and get a little bit more granular in the data so that we can actually operate our buildings more efficiently, know where people are, where they're congregating, where they're moving through, what companies are in or not that day, so that we can really change around how our workforce then approaches that building. Obviously with office towers, we have employees going from floor to floor to floor. And if you can skip floors, 6 through 9, because we know that company really wasn't in that day, there's a much more efficient operation so that we can focus on other needs in the building and not just waste time walking through empty waste paper baskets and not really having anything there, and just do more with that information. It's obviously like everything is baked in data, right? And that data can really lead you to some very positive gains in your operational efficiency and control.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the new ESG initiatives in place at Brandywine's 3151 Market Street that you're particularly proud of?
Oh, well, we're particularly proud of this building in general. It's going to be a stunning site when it's finally finished, which should deliver, I believe, in about a year or so from now. We've got dynamic glass going from floor 2 all the way up to the top, daylighting. Operational expense side, we don't need shades, right? So you've got all that natural light coming in, which will then shift as the day goes by. The building will be going for both LEED, platinum, and well silver, I believe. We're going to have dynamic vistas. We're going to be harvesting rainwater for use in our lavatories. We'll be having corn shell, obviously, LEED version 4, and also having the ability to do LEED in our tenant spaces. From a social standpoint, this will engage the neighborhood and really change what has been there, which has been primarily, office, but it's a city. It's going to change the vista. It's going to change the views. It's going to change the streetscapes. We're going to have park settings. We're going to be doing so much more with the community to really engage them in and around this building. But this is a lab science building that is developed with the highest technologies. And frankly, while we're, again, we formally started the project, but frankly, I think there could be more to come as we continue on this journey. I think the glazing alone is just something that's going to really infuse the sightline of Philadelphia. And we're really looking forward to launching this one and getting our tenants up and ready to go.